Getting ready to end a 20-year friendship, and I am ashamed to say at my big age, it is over a man. As a backstory, I had a friend who was having an event, so he sent a message to the group about the event. Now, the guy that I am interested in sent a message to the group stating that he was sick and would not be able to attend. Now, my friend, a female friend, knew that I was interested in this guy. I was just trying to fill out the situation and figure out how I was going to approach the situation. Well, they live pretty close together, so she decided that she was going to drop him off some food because he was sick. And so she did that. A few days later, he contacted her to thank her for the kind gesture and offered to repay her with dinner. Now, she contacted me to let me know everything that happened and how I felt.
They was already feeling each other. You might as well forget it. It's over. It's over. They already was feeling each other. She dropping him off dinner. He called to thank her and to repay her with dinner. What kind of friendships is these? You know what I'm saying? This is one of the reasons why I say a lot of times that it's not platonic. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, women is over there competing. She competing with her friend is competing with her for the same dudes. It's not platonic. They actually feeling each other. They like each other. They on the wave. They trying to get involved with each other. This ain't platonic at all. Look, how old are y'all? 3? Y'all in middle school? She knew that I liked him and all of this stuff. Listen, if you wanted him and he was rocking with you, then he would have tapped in with you. He liked her. Now, she's over here talking about she's going to end a 20-year friendship. All right, hold on. Let me back up for a minute. I always like to make sure that I get the full context, so I'm going to play the whole thing. Before I do that, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. We got Block Club coming up. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Teej Hanley, 40% off your first order plus 20% off life. And then last but not least, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I also like to link back into the content creators to give them credit regardless of whether I agree with them or not. Let me get the full context. This sounds to me like everybody need to grow the F up, and he chose her. Listen, if he wanted you, he would have already picked you. And dudes shoot they shot at girls that they already want. You trying to call dibs on a dude like dudes call dibs on women is wild to me. Let me get the full context. We're going to come back and cook. And then I'm going to give my thoughts and let y'all know what's really happening.
Getting ready to end a 20-year friendship, and I am ashamed to say at my big age, it is over a man. As a backstory, I had a friend who was having an event, so he sent a message to the group about the event. Now, the guy that I am interested in sent a message to the group stating that he was sick and would not be able to attend. Now, my friend, a female friend, knew that I was interested in this guy. I was just trying to fill out the situation and figure out how I was going to approach the situation. Well, they live pretty close together, so she decided that she was going to drop him off some food because he was sick. And so she did that. A few days later, he contacted her to thank her for the kind gesture and offered to repay her with dinner. Now, she contacted me to let me know everything that happened and and asked me how I felt about it. I told her that she was grown and she can do whatever she wanted to do. So she ended up saying yes and accepting the dinner invitation. And since then, they have kind of been dating and interested in one another and wanting to pursue that. I've been feeling some type of way about it, and I expressed that to her. She mentioned to me about my comments saying that she was grown and she can do whatever she wanted to do, but really I said that because I felt that if she was truly my friend, she would not accept an invitation from him to go to dinner or anything else. So she doesn't understand why I'm upset and why I'm backing off of this friendship, and she's wondering why it's such a big deal. But I just can't move forward with our friendship knowing that she betrayed me in this type.
Nah, she didn't betray you. She did you a solid, and she sent you by even having a conversation with you, honestly. I think that she did you a solid by having a conversation with you and saying, yo, I'm about to go and really pursue this thing, because obviously they was already feeling each other. And so she gave you a heads up so that you wouldn't get your emotions involved. But let's explore it from all angles, right? Let's say, for example, you was filling out the situation, then he's supposed to wait on you. Okay, cool. And you shoot your shot at him because now you get your strategy in place. And then he says, you know what? I'm not really feeling you. If your friend then goes and dating would you still be mad because you don't have a shot at it in the first place? I think that you would, because you are emotionally attached to a guy that you can't have. It's a strong possibility he wouldn't have picked you anyway. And it's not a knock on you as far as anything in particular, because I don't know what your friend looked like. I don't know what her personality is. I don't know what she does for a living. You left out a lot of details. I don't know who this guy is or nothing. But just on the surface, it sounds like you are childish. And most women are childish. You can't call dibs on something and then say, I'm about to go and figure it out. He was already picking her, and if he wasn't yours, he for everybody. If she not yours, she for everybody. The only way that you can say and call dibs on somebody is if you already tapping it. Now, I do want to say that the rules is different between men. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never like ever talk to or even be interested in a chick that has ever showed interest or my homeboy knocked down. It's just not the thing. You know what I'm saying? When I see guys a lot of times and they say, man, I wonder if it would be cool if I talked to my homeboy's ex. Nope. Nope. It's just rules to the game. Guys move a little bit differently or whatever. But the women, they got to get in where they fit in. Y'all already at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that the girl actually did you a courtesy and having a conversation with you because she didn't want you to get your feelings involved. And you should have been grown enough at your big age, because that's what she said, and that's what these women say now. You should have been grown enough at your big age to make a grown woman decision and say, all right, cool, well, listen, it just is what it is. I ain't tripping about it or whatever. But instead of being happy for your friend, because if I see friends, if me and the dude walk in the party, right? Let's just look at it from this list. If me and the dude walk in the party and I'm single, he's single, and we see a chick and we both like, damn, she fine as hell. And then my homeboy started talking to her, even though I may like her, I immediately stop liking her, and she don't mean nothing to me. And maybe it's the logical aspect of a lot of guys' minds, because there are some guys that are crash out, there are some guys that get jealous, there are some guys that's emotional, like females, in my opinion. So that's a whole nother conversation. However, nobody should mean that much to you that you don't already have a relationship with. And so now you're ending a 20-year friendship, even with a person. And I'm glad that the girl, actually stood up for herself and said, yo, I'm grown. Because what you wanted to do? You wanted to break up with the dude? You wanted to stop talking to the dude? She probably telling the dude, yeah, man, such like you or whatever, and she trying to end the friendship. Now you looking like a crash dummy. Now you looking crazy. Now you ain't got no friends because you can't be happy for a person when they then be successful in a relationship, or it may translate into something. And so now you're going to deal with this emotional trauma. This person is going to move on. They're going to live their life. It's going to be absolutely awesome for them. Hopefully they have a whole lot of babies and they have a phenomenal marriage. And you too grown, you too big, you too grown to be acting like y'all still in middle school. But this also substantiates something that I say regularly, and when I say that people don't really leave from high school. People still have a mentality that still operates like they still in high school. People never really grow up. They don't. I'm just being real with you. People stay in the same place. They don't evolve. They don't mature. They don't grow into something that's much better. They don't become better versions of themselves. None of that stuff happens. People often at times reach a capacity and then they stay in that same mentality. And if you look at a lot of these social media platforms, the Facebooks, the TikToks, and if people were really being honest, like you see on a lot of these platforms, they still got the same mentality like they're in high school. But she need to grow up. She need to be happy for her homegirl. Is literally 4.5 billion men on the face of this earth, probably more at this point because Indians are populating the earth like crazy. But she need to be happy for her homegirl and go and put herself on the market and then be able to get into something else. If her friend wind up finding love with this whole situation, why not just be happy with her? You gonna end a 20-year friendship over this? I don't know, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna link back to the in the description back to the person. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley 40% off your first order plus 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Peace.